Welcome back to the Essential Space. We are joined again today by our representatives in the field, Jake Minot and Jeff Skinner. We discussed recently all the great features and benefits of G2 Green Finish. Today, we would like to focus on real examples of where G2 has been successful. Hi, Jake.
Good morning.
Hi, Jeff.
Good morning.
Jake, again, if you could guide us through this discussion on G2 and help us navigate through where it's been successful in the field.
Yeah, so one of the things we really like to do is not only talk about, features and benefits of our products, but give real life examples, give really cool demo stories or successes that we can kind of brag about. So Jeff, is there one that sticks out in your mind with G2 where maybe you walked into a really tough situation or, the customer had a set of circumstances that they just couldn't find a good solution for, where you were able to guide them in a direction that solved those issues?
Yeah, there's actually a number of them. We've been very successful with G2 in the Mid-Atlantic states. We have nearly 1,000 individual schools on the program there. A few years back, we got called, and one of our competitors, who actually is a green floor care program, was powdering. They had changed their crosslink. And when they changed their crosslink, the floors were just falling apart to the point where the gym floors were all white because the finish was tracking in onto the gym floors. And the lady who runs the district there called me and said, "We're in trouble here. Do you think you could help us?" And I went down and walked the schools with her, and it was a mess because they were having slip falls because kids were just falling down because the floors were so slippery. And so immediately I gave her citrus scrub and shine to try to put some of the moisture back in the floor and get the loose stuff off the floors and fix what they had going on. And then they were coming up on a break, and we were able to change the finish over, and it solved their problem. And the next year took over the floor finish for the district. But that was happening in a number of districts around that Virginia market when our competitor had a failure.
So when you look at the issues they were having with the powdering, what if they would have asked you, "So Jeff, how can you guarantee me that your product is not going to have these issues?"
Well, because our crosslink works. It's one of those secrets that it makes the G2 a solid product that has years of success in a number of districts. I mean, we're coming close to 10 years where the program has been working in large districts there. And when you say, we have between 1,000 and 1,200 schools that are on our program, and those districts are utilizing it successfully, that has credibility. And I have a number of very good references that if they want to call them, they're welcome to. It works. It's a proven system.
Yeah, so I think one of the things that gets overlooked a lot of times is how important the crosslink is when you're talking about a floor finish. Everybody generally understands when you're talking about polymers, some of the differences between urethanes and acrylics, and you got your hybrids, and but the crosslinks get overlooked, and that's usually a fail point in floor finishes, is that crosslink breaks, so nothing's holding those polymers together, and they can walk off the floor much easier. So that's another thing that separates us from our competition, is not only do we design and manufacture our own polymers, we also design and manufacture our own crosslinks, which just separates us from our competition even further.
This is some great examples of where G2 is out in the field, and we really appreciate learning all about the applications. Is there anything anyone would like to add before we close this up today?
I think when you're using any floor finish, a solid program is important to make the whole school district be successful. as far as their utilization of the products. And we have developed that through these large districts where every element or every aspect, if you will, of the program is laid out and given to educate the custodians on how to run their program, everywhere from, the processes, if you will, for stripping and finishing and scrubbing and recoating, and even the daily maintenance of the program is all put down, and so that everyone is reading out of the same hymn book, if you will. But we even go a step further, where we have a system that helps them to manage the floor care program within the individual schools. So if, for example, a supervisor goes into the school, he can say to the head custodian, show me where you're at with your program. Show me where you're stripping this year, where you're scrubbing and recoating. And that keeps the program intact, even when you have a change in personnel from year to year, where a head custodian retires or moves to another building. Someone else can step in and take right over where he had it. Keep that building looking fresh.
Wonderful. Jeff, that's a great point, and I am really excited you brought that up, because we've talked a lot about on the podcast. We've talked a lot about the fact that Essential can be your resource, and Essential is more than just selling you the floor finish. We are actually there to help you build programs. We're there to educate, and we're there to, walk you through an entire program. Really, really good information. I thank you again. I appreciate all the time that you put into this. And Jake, thanks for leading these conversations. If anyone has any additional questions for Jake or for Jeff, you want to learn more about G2, please let us know right on our LinkedIn page, or you can reach out to us again on our website at www.essind.com. We look forward to seeing you again in the Essential Space.